everyone, I'm back today with another K-pop haul. Today's package was purchased from Amazon.com from a third-party seller based in Japan. Now, because the seller is based in Japan, they noted in the descriptions for each item that shipping could take anywhere from 14 to 30 days due to international customs and stuff like that. However, I purchased these items on December 18th, and they did not arrive until February 6th, 50 days after I purchased them. Now, I'm not blaming the seller for that. I have had some issues with my mail being misdelivered or delivered late lately, both international and domestic. And when I initially contacted the seller after the initial delivery day passed, they had heard similar reports from some of their other customers, and that it seemed that customs was being more strict and it was taking longer for the items to get through customs. Now, as the items did show up a couple weeks after the original delivery date, it's very likely they were just held up in customs and that it isn't anything on the fault of the seller. However, 50 days is just a ridiculous amount of time to wait for any parcel, in my personal opinion. There are 3 albums inside this package, and they were bubble wrapped inside of the bubble mailer, and it appears that a simple piece of cardboard was included in the bubble wrap for protection. These are used albums rather than new. However, none of these albums originally came with a photo card, so I didn't mind buying them used as it meant I could get them for a cheaper price. We have 4Minutes, first and only full-length album, 4 Minutes Left, which is completely open and unsealed. Version B of SHINee's second album, Lucifer, which has been repackaged in a plastic sleeve, as well as the repackaged version of that album, Hello. I already had version A of SHINee's Lucifer album, but I just never got around to picking up version B or the repackage, largely due to the lack of photo cards. I also kept meaning to pick up 4 Minutes Left, as it was the only 4-minute album I was missing, but again, I just never quite got around to it. I finally made this purchase on December 18th, which is the day that the tragic news came out about SHINee's Jonghyun, because as soon as the news broke, I knew that a lot of people would start buying up the albums in order to resell them at higher prices and capitalize on the tragedy, and I wanted to go ahead and pick these up before that happened. We're going to take a look at 4 Minutes album first, and then the 2 SHINee albums. Now, 4 Minute is the girl group that HyunA was formerly a part of. She was also a member of the Wonder Girls briefly for their first couple releases, but she was more well known for 4 Minute and her solo material. 4 Minute, of course, unfortunately disbanded after the release of their 7th mini album, and HyunA is now a full-time solo act, meaning this was the group's first and only full-length release. On the spine, we have the title, 4 Minutes Left, and on the back, we have the track listing. This album contained 10 songs, including the title track, Mirror Mirror, and it does appear to be in pretty good condition for a used album. There's just like a little bend in the top corner. It opens up like that. It shuts very securely. It doesn't just come open like a regular jewel case design. And inside we have the disc. Let's take a look at the back side of the disc since this is used. Let's check the condition. Oh, and the disc is in perfect condition. It's completely unscratched and unmarked. That's very, very rare for a used album. Normally they have some kind of fingerprints or something. As well as the booklet, which is packaged sideways inside the album. For a second, I thought maybe it had just been put back in there the wrong way, but no, it's too big to go in right side up. For some reason, they designed it to be packaged in the album sideways. That's an interesting choice, but it does look like a somewhat decent-sized booklet. Unfortunately, it does look like the clamps that hold it down have damaged the booklet over time. As you can see, dents from where it was being held down, which is a little bit of a bummer. But I don't think that's due to it being a used copy. It's probably just an oversight in the packaging design. In terms of its dimensions, the booklet is actually quite a bit smaller than I assumed it would be. It's actually smaller than my hand. But the front cover, again, we have the name of the album, 4 Minutes Left, and a picture of all 5 members, Jihyun, HyunA, Sohyun, Gagyun, and Jiyoon. Inside we have another picture of the 5 girls, along with the track listing once again. Then we have some solo shots of Jihyun, which I have to say, I have no idea what the stylists were thinking with her look this album, That hairstyle is just a disaster, poor girl. We have HyunA, Jiyoon, who is my bias in the group, and of course HyunA, and Sohyun, who is the youngest member of 4Minute. Then we have a concept switch. Jihyun's hair fortunately looks much better styled like this. HyunA, Jiyoon, HyunA, Sohyun, Jihyun again, HyunA again, Jiyoon, HyunA, Sohyun. And this is a very interesting design because these two pictures of Sohyun actually fold out, and that is where the lyrics for each song are contained. That's quite an interesting way to go about it, instead of just having them be different pages. Then we have the credits and another group picture. The next album we have to take a look at is Lucifer, which is the second album from SHINee. This is version B of the album. I already own version A. On the cover, we have what looks like an extreme close-up of Minho's face. And on the back, we have a blurry picture of the other 4 members. This is a used copy, so it's not new and sealed, but it looks like it has been repackaged into a plastic sleeve. So let's take that off so we can take a look at the album. The album packaging is the soft cover photo book design that SM was quite fond of. Unfortunately, this means that it is much more susceptible to being damaged. As we can see on the spine, it's got a little bit of wear and tear on each end. And on the back, I'm not sure how well it's going to pick up on camera, but there is a slight bend on the top left corner of the photo book. Unfortunately, that is just a product of this packaging design. Some of my other SM albums that were packaged in this way have some wear and tear just from sitting on my shelf, not even being handled or anything. The album contains 13 songs: Up and Down, the title track Lucifer, Electric Heart, Ayo, Obsession, Quasimodo, Shout Out, Wow Wow Wow, Your Name, Life, Ready or Not, Love Pain, and Love Still Goes On. The track listing for version A and B is the same. The difference is the photo book and the fact that version A came with a photo card. Inside we have some Polaroid pictures of the boys, and it opens up to reveal some more Polaroids. I believe the concept for this photo book was more of a behind-the-scenes style, where version A was the typical album photo shoot. Here we have Key, who is one of my biases in the group. These are some behind-the-scenes pictures from the set of the Lucifer music video. We also have a collage of him with some of the other members, like Taemin, Minho. Then we have Taemin. I always forget just how beautiful his hair was in this era. And then I go back and see pictures, and I'm just like, wow, what a stunning look. Then, of course, the beloved and dearly missed Jonghyun. Onyu. And Minho, who is my other bias in the group. And I have never seen that picture before, and that is the cutest thing. He looks like such a little nerd. That's adorable. Nice he didn't want his picture taken there. I was talking about how great Taemin's hair was for this era. Minho's was exactly the opposite. Oh my goodness. That's worse than Shonu's fighter hair. Then we have some group pictures. Some lyrics for Up and Down, Lucifer, and Electric Heart. lyrics for Ayo, I love Ayo, Obsession, Quasimodo, Shout Out, Wow Wow Wow, Your Name, Life, Ready or Not, Love Pain, and Love Still Goes On. Then we have another collage with pictures of all the members. And then we have Thanks To's from Key. Jonghyun's Thanks To. Minho's Thanks To. Ooh, and these still had some pictures from when he had his ring ding dong hair. When it was nice and long and shaggy. That's an unexpected but welcome surprise. Because I loved that hairstyle. We have Onu's Thanks To's. And Taemin's Thanks To. Then we have the album credits along with some more Polaroids. A final behind the scenes shot from the video shoot, as well as Jonghyun giving us a peace sign. If you open it up, I had no idea that Jonghyun was actually going to be on the disc. I'm kind of emotional right now. So the disc actually has that exact same picture of Jonghyun giving a peace sign. And yeah, this is a used copy, so it does have a couple fingerprints and things like that. But nothing too bad. We have a few more Polaroids over here. Now that I have both versions of this album and I've looked at both versions of the photo book, I would definitely say that version B is a little bit more of a gift to the fans, sort of, with all of the Polaroids and behind the scenes photos. It feels a little bit more like a glimpse into their lives at the time. I would definitely say if you are a SHINee fan and you don't have version B in your collection, you might want to try to get it at some point, because it really does just feel like a nice little glimpse into their lives. And especially now, all these years later, it's a lot like looking at an old photo album with all the memories of the good times. Finally, we're going to take a look at the repackaged version of that album, Hello. As this is a used copy, it is unsealed, but it was repackaged in a plastic sleeve, which I'm going to take off now. Hello is also packaged in the softcover photo book style. However, I will say that it feels a lot more sturdy. Part of this may be due to the vertical design being a little less unwieldy than the horizontal version. It also appears to have much less damage on the spine. In fact, I don't even notice any damage on the spine. There's just a slight bend at the top left corner. The repackage contains 16 songs, so it has 3 new songs that weren't included on Lucifer. So the track listing for this version is Lucifer, Hello, One, Get It, Up and Down, Electric Heart, Ayo, Obsession, Quasimodo, Shout Out, Wow Wow Wow, Your Name, Life, Ready or Not, Love Pain, and Love Still Goes On. On the front, we have a picture of the 5 members in outfits like the ones they wore in the music video for the title track, Hello. Inside, we have the track listing once again, and another picture of the boys. There's a flap that opens up to reveal the standard SM Everything advertisement. I love that they bothered to include that with the used copy of the album. The inside is pretty blank. It just says, Hello, the second album repackage, SHINee. I'm wondering if maybe that's there to make it a little bit sturdier and less susceptible to damage. We have some pictures of Jonghyun along with his Thanks To. Taemin's Thanks To. Key's Thanks To's. Onu's Thanks To's. Now it was Onu's time to have shaggy hair. And we have Minho's Thanks To's. He wrote a book, it looks like. We're already almost at the end. This is an incredibly thin photo book. We have another picture similar to the cover. The lyrics. The rest of the lyrics. Some credits. And the disc itself, along with another picture of the group. I like the disc design. It's a very pretty shade of red. And once again, I'm pleasantly surprised, even though it is a used copy, there's hardly any smudges or scratches on the disc. So that's it for today's K-pop haul. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see more unboxings and K-pop hauls like this one, you can check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.